Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are staying safe in this pandemic. Today we are going to discuss about engineering services examination, and that too especially mechanical engineering. So we will discuss the basic things about engineering services examination, which is conducted annually by Union Public Service Commission, that is UPSC. So this engineering services examination is conducted by UPSC, and this exam is being held every year to recruit various group A officers for technical services of Government of India. So you might be aware there are normally two kinds of services, that is civil services and technical services. So civil services include Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Police Service, and all those things. So for that a separate exam, for which the video is already uploaded on my YouTube channel, to recruit the technical people, to recruit engineers to the technical services of Government India. A separate exam is conducted by UPSC, that is Engineering Services Examination. So as you can see on your screen, in mechanical engineering these are various group A and group B services for which selection is being made. So we have this Indian Defence Service of Engineers, then Indian Naval Armament Service, then Central Water Engineering Service, then Indian Skill Development Service. This service is newly added by Government of India. Then we have Defence Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service, Central Electrical and Mechanical Engineering Service. So these are all various types of services for which a group A mechanical engineer is being recruited through this examination. Earlier Indian Railway Service was also part of the examination, but as you might be aware, last year Government of India decided to create a new service, that is Indian Railways Management Service, that is IRMS. So all further posts in Indian Railways, that is all engineering posts in Indian Railways, will be filled up by that examination. As of now, not much of the details are available for IRMS. As soon as the details are released, we will make a separate video on that. Moving on, if we see the eligibility, the basic eligibility is we must be a citizen of India, and as far as age limit is concerned, the minimum age to apply for this exam is 21 years and the maximum age 30 years for open category. If you are from a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, that is SC or ST, then there is a relaxation of 5 years, that means up to the age of 30. And if you belong to other backward classes, that is OBC, then there is 3 years age relaxation, that means the upper age limit becomes 33 for OBC candidates. So this screenshot I have taken from this year's engineering services examination notification. So if you see, the age limit was that candidates born after 2nd January 1991 are only eligible to write this exam, and they should not have their age later than 1st of January 2000. I hope this condition is clear to you. Then moving on, the minimum educational qualification is we should have a degree in engineering from any recognized university in India. And if we consider fees, then it is 200 rupees for this examination. This to only general and OBC male candidates. Female candidates, SC, ST and persons with disabilities are exempted from payment of fees. Moving on, this is the plan of examination. So this exam is conducted in 3 stages. First stage is preliminary stage, that is stage 1 examination, where an objective type paper will be conducted on a single day, and through this objective type paper candidates will be selected for stage 2, that is mains examination. So stage 2 is your mains examination, where it will be conventional type papers as we do in our engineering, write conventional papers. There will be theory part, there will be numericals, there will be derivations asked in the paper, and we'll have to write answers to those questions. And finally, if you qualify in this main, be called for a personality test, that is interview. So this preliminary examination, that is stage 1, it will consist of two objective type multiple choice question papers, and it will carry a maximum of 500 marks. Out of two papers, paper 1 will be of 200 marks and paper 2 will be of 300 marks. So only those candidates who are declared to be qualified in preliminary examination, they will become eligible to write mains examination of that year. Okay, so this you have to remember. Second thing what is to be noted here is that the marks obtained in preliminary examination, it will be counted for determining the final order of merit. That means whenever final merit list will be prepared for this examination, so even the marks scored in preliminary examination, that is stage 1 examination, will be counted for the purpose of merit. And the number of candidates to be admitted to this approximate number of vacancies. Say there are 100 vacancies for mechanical engineering, so close to 600 to 700 students across India will be qualified to write this mains examination. So this commission, that is UPSC, will draw a list of candidates to be qualified for mains examination based on criteria of minimum qualifying marks in both the papers. That is, paper 1 is our general studies and engineering aptitude, and paper 2 is our engineering disciplines specific paper. Like in this case, we will have our mechanical engineering as our paper 2. So marks scored in both the papers, that is paper 1 and paper 2, will be taken into account to draw the list of candidates for mains examination. There will be penalty, that is negative marking for wrong answer, so you have to keep this in mind while attempting the preliminary examination. So there will be 4 question, and if you are answered wrong, that means if you have answered a particular question wrong, then 1/3 of marks assigned to that question will be deducted as penalty. Then once this preliminary exam is done, and if you get qualified in this preliminary examination, there will be mains examination, which will consist of two conventional type papers, and these two papers will be of 3 hours duration each. That means morning 9 to 12 will be your paper 1, and in afternoon 2 to 5 there will be second paper, and both the papers will be of 300 marks each. That means total marks for mains examination are 600, and if you qualify this mains examination, you will be called for personality test, which is stage 3 of this examination, and it carries 200 marks. So based on again the marks scored by you in mains examination, you percent, and the number of candidates to be called for personality test will be twice the number of vacancies to be filled. So suppose there are, as I said, suppose there are 100 vacancies, so roughly 200 to 25 students will be called for personality test in this ESE examination. And as I told you earlier also, marks obtained in all the stages, that is preliminary stage, then your mains examination, and the final personality test, that is interview, all the 3 stages marks will count, and it will determine your final ranking. And you will be allotted the service which we saw earlier. You will be allotted the service based on the rank you got in this examination, and you will be asked to fill the preference for service once you qualify for interview. So based on the marks scored by you in this examination and the preferences which you have given, based on that you will be. Now what is the focus of UPSC in this interview? It will assess the capacity for leadership, that is candidates capacity for leadership, initiative and intellectual curiosity, that means how much curious you are, then tact and other social qualities, that is the societal needs and other things, then mental and physical energy, powers of practical application, means whatever we have studied in engineering, how to apply it practically in real life situations, that will be seen. And your finally integrity of character, how honest and able you are to lead this service. last point is this conventional papers must be answered in English. Question paper will be set in English only. So mains examination you will have to answer in English only. There is no provision in mains to write in vernacular language. So kindly keep this in mind. So this is the session. As you can see, paper 1 is of general studies and engineering aptitude. It will be of 2 hours duration and the maximum marks will be 200. And in afternoon, paper 2 will be conducted, that is of mechanical engineering. It will be of 3 hours duration and it will be of 300 marks. So total 150 questions are asked. So 150 into 2, that is 300 marks. So each question carries 2 marks and there is 1/3 negative marking. So total preliminary exam is held for 500 marks. Then moving on, this is the scheme for mains examination. So as we discussed just now, there will be 2 papers of mechanical engineering. Both will be of 3 hours duration and both will carry 300 marks each. So total mains examination will be conducted for 600 marks. And finally, if you qualify this stage 2 mains examination, you will be called for interview, that is personality test, which will carry 200 marks. So total marks, if we see for this ESE examination, 6 mains is of 600 marks and personality test is of 200 marks, that is 1300 marks. So out of 1300 marks, depending on the number of vacancies, a merit list will be prepared to select the candidates. So this is the syllabus of general studies and engineering aptitude paper, that is paper 1. And remember, this paper is of objective type and it is common to all the candidates. That means this paper will be applicable to electrical engineering, electronics and telecommunication engineering and civil engineering. So for all other branches of engineering, this paper is common. Okay, so there are roughly 10 points in this syllabus. We will make a separate video on these 10 points. So as you can see, there is current affairs which is asked in this examination. Then there is engineering aptitude, logical reasoning and analytical ability. Then engineering mathematics will be asked. Then general principles of design, graphics, all those things are asked. Then standards and quality practices. So this we have studied in our engineering in 3rd year basically, that is metrology and quality control. So all these things will be asked here. This is the most important subject, that is basics of energy and environment. So questions will be asked related to environment, like conservation, environment conservation, then pollution related things, climate change, all these things will be asked. Then basics of project management. So how a project is initiated, what are its various stages, all these things have to be studied in this. Then basics of material science and engineering. So whatever we have studied in material science, like various types of materials, steels, cast iron, various metal alloys, then iron carbon equilibrium diagram, then that crystal structure, all these basic things will be asked in this material science. Then we have information and communication technologies. You know, today is the digital age, so mostly and organizations are moving to digital medium. So this topic becomes important from that point of view. So various technologies you have to study so that you will be able to deliver the service to the people when you get selected. Then the last point is ethics and values in engineering profession. So this has become important nowadays. So ethics and different values which a bureaucrat, which a professional should possess, that is to be prepared. So questions from all the 10 topics above shall be asked, and for as far as marks are concerned, from each topic 5% to 15% of total marks worth questions will be asked in the paper. So you should keep this point in mind. And moving on to paper 2 syllabus, that is of mechanical engineering. So there are 2 parts in this, that is paper 1 and paper 1 and paper 2 classification is done for the purpose of mains examination. As we saw, okay, there are 2 papers in mains examination, but as far as prelims is concerned, only a single paper will appear of mains examination, and all the subjects will be asked or covered in that question paper. So in paper 1, basically thermal engineering and is the part of syllabus, that is fluid mechanics, then thermodynamics and heat transfer, then internal combustion engines and refrigeration and air conditioning, Then turbo machinery will be asked, the turbines which we study. Then theory of jet propulsion, compressors, all these things will be asked. Then power plant engineering, which you study in final year of engineering, and this subject is newly added, that is renewable sources of energy. So nowadays government is focusing much on renewable sources of energy. Maximum power generation should come from this renewable source. It becomes very important for our exam. And paper 2 consists of design part, that is design and production part, that is engineering mechanics, what we study in first year of engineering. Then we have engineering materials like alloy, phase diagram, heat treatment, then mechanical properties, corrosion, and all those things. Then mechanisms and machines, that is theory of machines, and all those kinematics part will be asked here. Then design of machine elements, so different things we have studied like spur gear, bearings, brakes, clutch, flywheel, all this forms part of your design of machine elements. Then we have manufacturing, industrial, and maintenance engineering. So three different subjects are there. In manufacturing, all the things are to be covered, that is casting, forming, then welding, that is metal joining, and machining, so where you study various machining operations and all those things. Then limit, fits, and tolerances will be asked. Then the CPM part, this all things of engineering. And finally, as part of maintenance engineering, we have to study this reliability, failure analysis, vibration monitoring, NDT techniques, and all those things. And again, this mechatronics and robotics, earlier it was not part of our ESE syllabus. Since the syllabus got changed in 2017, I guess, then these subjects were added. So mechatronics is also one of the important subjects, and robotics is also included in our mechanical engineering syllabus. So this is all we have the syllabus as part of this ESE examination. In prelims, as I told you, there will be two different papers, that is general studies and engineering aptitude paper, and this will be mechanical engineering will be paper 2. And in mains, 300 marks worth questions will come from this paper 1, and again 300 marks worth questions will be asked from this paper 2. So two separate papers will have to appear, and they will, I hope this clears the basic doubts if you have any in your mind. And we have discussed about the basic things of this engineering services examination. And still, if you have any doubt regarding this engineering services examination, feel free to ask or post your queries in comment section of this video. I will definitely answer your queries. You can subscribe to my Telegram channel. This is the link of my Telegram channel for more such updates, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.